As I've gone throughout various seasons of my life, I found myself many times of being scared to let go. I thought that it meant that I was giving up or that I was forgetting. But I found that allowing myself to let go has been one of the best things that I can do for me, for my mind, for my healing, for my growth. And without letting go of these things, these memories, these mindsets, all of these things that I felt like I needed to hold on to, but they weren't actually adding any value to my life, I was stopping myself from leveling up. So if you feel like you're ready to get to the next level, but you are holding on to a lot of physical and emotional baggage, clutter, and just stuff weighing you down, today is the day that you get free of it. Welcome back, my friends, or welcome if you're new here. My name is Christy, and I make content centered around realizing no matter where we are in life, no matter our age, we are just on time to live the life of our dreams. At the end of last year, I started documenting my decluttering journey of just letting go of a lot of stuff that just was no longer serving any value in my life. Y'all actually really love that series, and it resonated with so many of you. In a recent video, which is actually my most viewed video, I talked about the emotional aspect of what it looks like to let things go and why sometimes decluttering and just letting stuff go can be so hard. In that video, I mentioned that there were different phases of decluttering, and a lot of you really resonated with that and found yourself in phases 3 and 4, where we get really emotionally attached to things and it becomes difficult to let stuff go. If you haven't seen that video and you're struggling with clutter or you're struggling to let things go, I will link it down below for you. But today I wanted to address the issue of being okay to let things go so that we can actually move forward. To understand and make a plan for how to let go, I think it's first to understand, why do we hold on to things? Many times we hold on to too many things, me included. I have been so guilty of it. Not just physical stuff, but emotional and mental stuff as well. Physically, we may be holding on to things because of the memories that are attached to them. Emotionally, we may be holding on to anger or unforgiveness or guilt or unworthiness. Mentally, we may be holding on to old mindsets where we are either stuck in this thought process of, this is the way things should be in my head, this is how they should go, so this is the path that I'm going after. Or maybe it's there are new things that we want to do, but we haven't seen examples of what that thing looks like, so we stay in what we know because it's comfortable, even if it isn't what's best for us. No matter what it is though, when we're in this space of holding on beyond what is necessary, beyond what is valuable to our lives, it's all related to the fear of letting go. We're afraid of letting go because it signals to our minds, to our brains, to our hearts that it is time for a change. And a lot of us do not like change. In fact, we fear it and we avoid it as much as possible. Change is uncomfortable. Change is stepping out into the unknown. And so often we avoid it because of what it may mean. Letting go of the things of a loved one who's passed may mean that we are letting them go and that we're forgetting them. Letting go of an old pair of pants may mean that we are accepting that we are in a new size that maybe we don't want to be in. Letting go of the hurt that someone has done to us may mean that what they did was okay, but we have to let go. If we don't let go, we can't heal. We can't level up. We can't move forward. Now, I'm specifically talking about the things that no longer serve us, and you have to figure out what those things are. If they're good for you, if they serve you, if they have a place in your life, good, keep them. But you will know that things and people and situations and mindsets are no longer for you based on how they impact your growth and based on how they are impacting your progress. Say you're in a relationship with someone that you know isn't good for you. Maybe it's a romantic relationship that's never going to go to the next level, and it's just really not in your best interest. But you stay in this thing anyway because having some part of this person is better than having no part of this person. More than likely, there is fear that this is all or maybe the best that you can ever have, or fear of how you'll feel if you actually let this person go. And so you don't open yourself up to the possibility of more and the better that's waiting for you. Or maybe you're like me and you have someone in your life that you love that has passed away, and you're holding on to all of their things because it helps you to feel connected to them, but you don't even have space for your own stuff because of it. Or you have things that you thought you were going to use because it met this picture perfect ideal version of yourself, but it ain't never happened. And that stuff is getting old, it's getting out of style, it is getting no use. You can't fit it, nobody wants it, but you keep it. Holding on to all of this stuff is just fear of change. And if you don't embrace the change that comes with letting go, you'll never see yourself get to the place that you're trying to get to. But that doesn't mean it's easy. I get it. It can be really hard. So how do we do it? Before I share how to let go, I am going to warn you. You have to get to a place where being stuck and being where you are is more uncomfortable and more painful than moving forward and making the change. Until you get to that space, you might as well just click out of this video, save it to your playlist to watch later, because babe, you ain't ready. We don't change until we're ready to change. We don't just happen upon it and it's,
oh, I just accidentally changed my life for the better.
That's just not how this works. Because even if a situation changes that you didn't actually decide on, you are going to repeat that lesson, repeat that cycle, go through that situation over again until you decide, nope, I need better for my life and I'm gonna do what it takes to be able to get there. Now that we have that out of the way, I want you to first evaluate your life and think about what would you do if you didn't have this area weighing you down? What would your life look like? And I like to do that in a couple of different ways. First, I find it really comforting going to the worst case scenario. It doesn't sound comforting, but I promise you, hear me out. I promise you it is. A lot of times we're thinking, oh, this or that could happen, but we don't allow ourselves to go to that worst case scenario of whatever it is that we're thinking of or whatever it is that we're afraid of. But actually thinking through it helps me to ease my brain because it's not this abstract doom and gloom thing hanging over my head. I've thought through it all the way to the end. I have gone to the finish line with the worst case scenario instead of leaving it hanging in this abstract and scary, worrisome place. And then once you think of that, think about how it'll make you feel and then make a plan of action for that worst case scenario. So for example, say my storage unit full of my parents' stuff and old memories and videos and whatnot burned. How would I feel? I might be sad because all of those memories are now gone. Or I might feel somewhat relieved because it means I don't have to pay the storage bill anymore and I don't have to think about what to do with that stuff anymore. If you would be feeling some level of relief about those things being gone, and I know you would because I see it in the comments, babe, you are ready to let that go. You just have to pull the trigger. You just have to execute. You have to do the thing. You have to just let it go. There is not going to be a right time when you feel better about it. The right time is when you decide to do it. But say on the other side, you would feel sadness. What then are you going to do to bring some level of joy back into your life related to that? Maybe I would make a memory book about all of the things that I remember. Or maybe I would write a letter to my parents every single year where I am still preserving those memories. I'm still honoring them. I'm still thinking about them, but I'm also getting out my emotions and not holding on to additional stuff. There are a number of things that you could do, but the goal is just to make a plan for that, and you're smart. I know you're going to figure out a plan that works for you. So that's one side of it. The other side of evaluating your life is to dream big. If this thing were gone from your life, what could your life actually look like? What is the best case scenario? So going back to the situationship example, you let this person go and you meet the love of your life. They treat you better than you ever thought possible. You have a real partnership. You no longer feel sad or wonder if you're good enough because you allowed yourself to let go of the dead weight. Or maybe there is a dream that you have been putting on pause for a while. You finally stop listening to other people or even the voices inside your own head telling you maybe you're too old to go after this dream. You do it and it exceeds your expectations. Again, we don't accidentally start living our dream lives, but it does have to start in our minds and we have to envision ourselves in that place before we actually see it in reality. Next, determine if you need to start small or you need to rip the bandage. Only you know how much change you're ready to handle. If you feel like you need to start small, then what does that look like for you? If it's physical stuff that you're needing to let go of, choose 5 things or whatever number of things that you are going to commit to letting go of, and then see how you feel. If it's a person, create a little distance between yourself and that person. Don't answer that late night text. Be busy when they want to do something, and then see how you feel when you make a choice for yourself. If it is a mindset or a limiting belief, maybe you want to do something, but you're not fully ready to make that leap of faith. How about making a small step in that direction? For example, maybe you want to be a content creator, but you're scared of what people are going to say. Create a short form piece of content or a post with whatever platform you're already on, and then see how you feel about it, and then do it again. Or make a secret channel, whichever you decide to do, but do something that feels like a quote unquote safe chance, but still allows you to make a step in that direction. And then maybe you're just ready to rip the bandage. I like this option because it is putting yourself out there saying, this is the thing that I'm going to do, and it makes it really impossible almost to backtrack. Whichever you decide to do, whether starting small or ripping the bandage, do make sure you celebrate yourself once you make a decision in the direction that you're trying to go, because it associates that thing with a positive emotion rather than the potential fear or any level of negativity that could come with stepping out of your comfort zone. It is classic behavior change theory, but you're just doing it to yourself. Have someone that you trust to hold you accountable. You will often hear me say that we are not designed to thrive in silos. We are human, and even with the best of intentions, sometimes we fall off, and it can be so helpful to have other people who care about us checking in on us. People who are willing to lovingly help us to stay on track of our goals, remind us of the things that we're trying to accomplish, makes it a lot easier to continue with that change, because we naturally don't want to disappoint other people, even when sometimes at our super weak moments, we might be okay disappointing ourselves. And this would not be a Christy video if I didn't say pray and seek God for help. He wants what's best for you. You have a calling and a destiny on your life. You have people to influence, people, including yourself, that you can't impact if you stay stuck holding on to things and spaces that's just no longer for you. He doesn't want you to have things in your life that are weighing you down and that are not allowing you to live in your purpose. And he will guide you into making the change that it takes in order to let go. There have been countless times where in a moment of weakness or crisis or confusion, I reached out and I said, God, I need you to help me because I have no clue what I'm doing. And more often than not, he answers immediately. He instantly guides me on my next steps and gives me peace about how to move forward. And even though I've put this as the last tip, do not wait to the end. Do not use him as a break in case of emergency, but really go to him first with the things that you are working to change, no matter how small or how big. Let today be the last day that you are not willing to let go of the people, the things, the actions, the mindsets, the whatever that's holding you back and that's stopping you from leveling up. You deserve to be free, and your life can only be improved by giving yourself permission to let go of the dead weight. And once you do it, things are going to be so much better. I guarantee you. Let me know your thoughts in the comments. And if you're not subscribed, like, what are you doing? I'm gonna need you to jump on that. Alrighty, my friends, I love you, and I will see you in my next. Bye for now.